so many lively young customers recently.
Welcome to Uyu Restaurant. Please talk to me if you want to order.
Yes, that's it, Genyu. Your writing has greatly improved today, which means yesterday's intensive training was effective.
My apologies, but I simply can't do it anymore. My hands are so sore that I can't even move them anymore. I should have known better than to read novels during calligraphy class.
You just had a 10-minute break. Come on.
When it comes to pushing a deadline, there's
No wonder Lady Yai would always send the editorial director to handle troublesome authors.
Whoa, this is getting...
Mr. Hiroyama, in both Lee, of course, a seal on its own is not enough. So, I propose that each first, in addition, I'll also design a
Let me think. All right, I think that...
So,
Mr. Hiroyama. It's only but if we adopt a cup and if all the authors...
If you think it's feasible, I would certainly be...
Yes, and you may leave carving the...
In that case,
It is a great honor to use a signature designed by Calx.
My pen name...
Great! Looks like everyone's on board with the idea.
I'm sorry to have kept you busy for so long, Genyu. Please, take the next few days to have a good rest. We'll handle everything from here. The books that Genyu...
We did it.
thanks to everyone's effort.
Welcome to Uyu Restaurant. Please talk to me if you want to order.
There has been so many lively young customers.
We still have some time to burn.
Traveler, there you are.
Oh, it's Ayaka! And Venti! That's an interesting combo.
I was just going to the This bar just happened to be closed. But the paper she found... Here's the paper. Please, have a look.
All the
And even though there are...
If we take the poem literally, it... Speaking of which, so...
Look! Let Paimon see... The plagiarize...
You see, Paimon, to ensure that such special ink... However, since Akihito's poetry collection was an important gift to be presented to the Shogun, surely one of those two methods was used to protect it. But as for the plagiarized poems, not only would they lack Akihito's seal, but the words would also react differently when exposed to liquid.
Which means Akihito didn't plagiarize his work. He was set up!
Yes, it appears that this is the truth that Sumizome's story is trying to convey. Although the story is saddening, I've decided on the subjects to use for Akihito and Sumizome's portraits. Kazuha, Ayaka, would you be willing to be the models for my paintings?
I would be delighted.
Yes, as would I.
There you go. The next two portraits should be ready in no time.
Yes. And now that all four stories have all been collected, the story of the 5 Kasen is now fully completed.
Long ago, Inazuma had 5 legendary poets. People bestowed upon them the title of the 5 Kasen.
One year, the poet Suiko made his way to Tenshukaku and presented the Kasen's work for the shogun's perusal. But a page from the works of Aoi no Okina had been torn out, and Suiko was questioned regarding the matter. Suiko pleaded guilty.
He admitted to drinking at the tavern the night before, and vaguely recalled a mysterious figure approaching while he was intoxicated.
That figure was none other than Aoi no Okina himself. This turn of events had begun with an unnamed individual, under whose coercion, Aoi no Okina was forced to take drastic measures to retrieve a page of poetry. He knew nothing of this individual's true intentions. All he knew was that the poem had to do with an old acquaintance, Akahito.
Akahito had once belonged to the 5 Kasen. Each poem he composed, he marked with a scarlet red seal, hence the Aka in his name. Such a distinguished writer was he, and yet one of the poems he had submitted the previous year was found to be plagiarized. Akahito was exiled for his crimes, and only 4 of the 5 Kasen remained.
Sumizome went over Akihito's poems and noticed that the plagiarized poem lacked his seal. She immersed his